Now is the best time to start doing calisthenics. Don't wait till you're intermediate or advanced. Or if you already have a lot of lifting experience, don't skip out on the bodyweight moves, because adding them to your routine can revolutionize your training and even change your perspective on working out. So let's dissect this topic from my unique perspective. The first thing that you might not be aware of is the fact that the earlier you start doing calisthenics, the easier it is to do later down the road, even if you're not practicing the movements. What I mean is that if you were a push-up or pull-up beast at one point in your training career, you can regain that quite easily. In fact, even if you don't do those moves, you'll still be pretty decent at it. So even though you might have gained 20, 30, even 40 pounds, and your body fat is higher, and your leverages are no longer optimal for, say, bar moves, if you were to start getting back into the calisthenics, or even training for skill work, or you cut down the body fat a little bit, your performance is going to go right back up. What I'm trying to say is that calisthenics builds your base in such a unique way that you somehow maintain it in the future, even if you're a serious lifter. And that's why a lot of guys, they ask me, Alex, how come you're able to do a 9-second front lever? How come you're able to do insane weighted pull-ups, insane weighted dips? And how come you're able to do certain skill work? The answer is that I used to back in the day. Before I started lifting, calisthenics was my base. I did that for a very long time. So obviously when I got back into it, muscle memory kicked in. And this is something that I see a lot, particularly among those who did prison-style workouts or street-style workouts, where they take a little bit of a break from calisthenics, they build a lot of muscle from weights, and they go back to it, and they're still beasts. The perfect example being Cali Muscle. He's probably the only guy that was that big, the only bodybuilder that was that muscular, weighing 260 pounds doing muscle-ups, and being able to rep out push-ups over 100 reps. Like, this guy is very good on bars. He's very good on the floor. Why? Well, it goes back to his story. It goes back to his beginnings. And the thing is, you don't lose that performance. Some of you guys don't understand this right now because you lack experience with calisthenics. But I'm telling you, from my experience, and even observing other lifters who've been through the same thing, is the fact that you maintain this. It's similar to how once you're past the novice phase, it's difficult to go back unless you just quit completely. But say, even if you do quit or do get injured, it's not like you're going to go back to doing an empty bar. In most cases, say on your barbell back squat, you're still pretty good, and in most cases stronger than the average guy who doesn't do them. So I don't know, does this resonate with you? Does it sound like common sense? Or is there something more to what I'm saying? Because when I look at the opposite situation, I've noticed that those who already built a lot of muscle mass with traditional weight training protocols have difficulties getting into calisthenics. They have more trouble getting the skill work. They have more trouble doing the basic movements for, say, super high volume. They have trouble even though they're extremely strong from lifting. And at that point, a lot of the damage is already done in terms of the leverages and the proportions that you've acquired. So I've noticed that they're not on the same level as someone who started off with the calisthenics. It's the base. There's something unique about this. And again, I don't know how to express this into words. This is really an experience-based thing. And some of you guys know what I'm talking about. You could feel it. Like you just know it from an instinctual level. So I'm trying to express it. I'm trying. But I don't know if this message is clear enough. If it isn't, hey, drop a comment down below. Maybe I'll try to clarify more. But what I'm saying is that you should start early. This way you maintain that performance later down the road. And the thing is, why wouldn't you want that performance? Once you understand that a lot of these exercises are functional, if you like that terminology, and they do bring benefits, why wouldn't you do them? To allow you to use your body weight in such an amazing way that you don't have to have all this fancy equipment, where you don't have to use these crazy machines, where you don't have to overcomplicate your life. Yet you can still build a nice body, you can still maintain your muscles, you can still get bigger. So a lot of these movements clearly have benefits, and the earlier you start, the better your base is, no matter how much muscle you build. So my advice for novice lifters in particular is to do some calisthenics, some basic stuff, like push-ups and pull-ups. I just made a video the other day on high frequency. Watch that, but that should be a good starting point. And that's one of the reasons why I added chin-ups in my novice program. I want you guys doing that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Push-ups can be done grease in the groove style, so it's not going to impede your recovery, but it's good to start at an early point, especially if you're like really young. If you're like 14, 15 years old, best time to do calisthenics, best freaking time, because that will carry you well into your adulthood. You can be in your 20s and haven't done calisthenics in years, and you'll just get it right back. Everything will come back so easily. So that's just something that I've been thinking about. I wanted to express in this video. I've been trying to express it for a while, and I still don't know if I got that done correctly. I still don't know if you guys are vibing with this, But those who have calisthenics experience, you know what I'm saying? It's magical. It really is. But besides that, there's a second reason why you should start today. It's for the simple reason that there are amazing channels that now exist. There's a lot of information available. When I started doing this stuff, there was barely anything on calisthenics. There were a few channels here and there, but you didn't have the detailed information that's now available. You didn't have all these bar athletes on Instagram. You didn't have all these amazing tutorials that exist. So now is the ultimate opportunity to take advantage of this, There's all kinds of ways to train. There's all kinds of different equipment that you could use for calisthenics. Like now is the best time. It really is. And especially if you have an injury or you simply enjoy calisthenics and you like the look, now's the time. So when you have great channels like Austin Dunham, Fitness FAQs, Mechanimal, Little Beast M, Dan John Conditioning, Training Pal, etc. When you have all these dudes, and of course there's a lot more, okay? It makes your journey that much easier. Because a lot of the times, some of these advanced guys you see today, they just learn through trial and error. They didn't have tutorials, dude. Hell, I wish I had a one-arm pull-up tutorial. Took me a while to get it. So you can learn from the experiences of people who've been there, done that, okay? Including those who've been out of prison. You can get a different perspective on bodyweight training. A high volume approach, a skill approach, a bodybuilder approach, mobility, general fitness. I mean, there are so many different ways to do this that can benefit you, that can serve you for the rest of your life, really, because calisthenics is that universal. Like you're moving through space. This is bodyweight training. It's so simple. It can be done anywhere. And you should take advantage of this opportunity, especially now in 2019. I mean, there's so many resources, guys, and it would be a shame to just be this stiff lifter. To be this guy who you can put up big numbers in the gym, but you can't do push-ups to save your life. You can't do pull-ups. You can't do basic moves. You can't even do hanging leg raises or windshield wipers. Like some stuff should be easy. It shouldn't be difficult, okay? Easier when you begin with the calisthenics because everything's weak. The whole body is weak. And this already raises your fitness. It already raises your work capacity. And you're already decently strong when you start lifting. There's some guys who do no training whatsoever in terms of weights. But yet when they start, they're pretty damn good. Pretty decent squat. Usually the bench press is going to be up there because they do a lot of ring work. The advanced push-up variations as well. Like, once you understand that it's all about freaking leverages and that you can manipulate your body to make movements so difficult and challenging, it's like, make use of it. Make use of it and you'll see that you could look amazing with calisthenics. Totally possible. It's been done time and time again. And it could supplement your training in a great way. That's what I do for GPP. And hell, I incorporate calisthenics into my main workouts. I'll do weighted dips. I'll do weighted pull-ups. I'll do body weight for high volume. Why should I just do lat pull-downs? Why should I restrict myself? I'll do freaking hang leg raises, man. Traction while building up my abs. I'll do freaking front levers. Like I said, there's a whole different world out there. And if you think you've reached your potential in lifting, well, you haven't done so in calisthenics. Once you realize that there's so many moves to learn, that there's so much opportunity to improve, for serious trainees, for people who like fitness, for people who like being stronger, more athletic, bigger, hey, give calisthenics a shot. Not telling you to drop your weights, not telling you to become a calisthenics athlete, not telling you to compete. I'm just saying, add some of these moves to your arsenal. Push-ups and pull-ups being the basic movements, Maybe add a little bit of skill work. Maybe do a weighted if you want. Whatever style you choose to embark on, hey, you do you. I'm not going to say what to perform, all right? All I will exclaim is that you should start doing calisthenics today. And don't look back, because you're going to like these movements. They're enjoyable, they get results, and hey, they're time-tested. So you can never go wrong with something that has been shown to work over and over and over again. And the testimonials keep rising, the movement is growing, the community is extremely positive. Like some of the channels I mentioned, you go in their comment section, it's a beautiful thing. You can get help from these individuals as well. You can go on their Instagram, you can write their comments, you can DM them. You can even get coaching from them if you want. But the info is there. And it's time that we stop being so restrictive as lifters, saying that we have to follow these rules, that this is the only way to train. Let's have some variety. Let's mix things up. Let's have some fun. Let's explore this new world of calisthenics, which many people haven't done. It's a beautiful thing. So anyway, those are just 2 points that came across my mind, all right? And I wanted to express that, is the fact that it does build base strength. And it's easier to do in the future, even if you're not doing calisthenics. It's easier to get back into it. Whereas if you go the other way around, it's a bit slower. Then, of course, we have all this information, and it's like there's so much to be explored, all right? So that's my message of the day. Is there anything you'd like to share about calisthenics? I want to hear it. And with that said, I'll see you next time.